I want to bring Geraldo in for a moment, our NewsNation correspondent-at-large, Geraldo Rivera, joining the conversation as we watch the pictures from Stewart Airport. Geraldo, how about this? I thought this morning when I heard what was happening in Venezuela, one of the first thoughts, because you and I have had so many conversations about this situation, is what's Geraldo going to think of all of this? Well, what do you think of all of this?
Well, I'm delighted that that is one of the things you think of when big news happens, Nicolás. It's such a delight to work with you. And it's funny, we were on, I think, the last flight out of San Juan last night before they closed the airspace in Puerto Rico. This was, it was awesome. This is a brilliantly executed military raid, the arrest. So many things could have gone wrong. It was a massive undertaking, 160 aircraft. Basically, the armed forces of the United States mustering to support the Justice Department in arresting this husband and wife, the dictator and his consort, who have run Venezuela into the ground after robbing the people who built it up and made it the richest country in South America. It is a wonderful thing. I mean, there's plenty of questions to ask, and I think they're righteous questions to ask. I mean, what right do we have to go onto someone else's country, use the military for the arrest and this and that and the other thing? Those things will be debated, but I think that just as a person, as a patriot, and a person who appreciates our military, to see the precision with which this massive undertaking was executed in the dark of night, not a single U.S. GI killed, as far as we know, some injuries, some aircraft damaged. Every aircraft got back safely. And where is Maduro now? He's almost in prison with Puff Daddy and with Luigi. He's going to have a lot of company downtown at the Federal Detention Center or over in Brooklyn, wherever they choose to hold him. And he'll be arraigned along with his wife on very serious federal charges that will undoubtedly be amplified and expanded as we get closer to the judicial process, Colin.
Do you compare this to Noriega in Panama? It's ironic, I suppose, that it came on the same day. That was 1990. This is 2026. But is that the comparison historically, or is it something else?
I think Noriega, I covered the Panamanian dictator, charges very similar to the charges that ultimately was slapped onto Maduro and his wife. It was, again, a raid. It was a standoff. Noriega sought refuge in foreign embassies. He did everything. We used every weapon from, heavy armor to rock and roll music to get him out of, his self-imposed exile in an embassy. But this is 30 years later, and to think that the armed forces of the United States would muster at this level again 30 years later and execute at this level of competence is really something. And to see Maduro, who was so flashy, so charismatic in his way, so dictatorial, to see him reduced to that photo you just had on the screen with a DEA agent standing over his shoulder. Oh, how the mighty have fallen is what I thought of, Colin.
Something almost Saddam-like, wasn't there, about that? I remember that, I think, was on a Saturday as well. I remember being called in years ago. I was working in radio at the time when Saddam Hussein fell, literally and figuratively. But there was almost something Saddam-like about that photo. At least I thought there was.
There was definitely a "we got him" moment. It is, there were Marco Rubio, who is, I think, done a magnificent job as Secretary of State and National Security Advisor. There's the photo. He said it best. We offered this guy a great deal. He could have gone quietly. Maduro could have gone quietly. He could have surrendered himself, or he could have avoided charges completely, was the implication that I got from it. Instead, he chose to defy the United States and to this story melancholy end. He's now another El Chapo. He's just another fugitive.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.